I'm Gabriel Morency for Sports Interaction, and as you can see, our Vegas venture continues, but we are heading south. Southern California is the place to be this weekend if you are a mixed martial arts fan. Cain Velasquez and Junior Dos Santos will be throwing it down in Anaheim, California, and we will be there. We'll get to that in a moment's time. We're all about the F's and the B's this weekend. Football, fighting, and a little boxing as Pacquiao and Marquez throw it down for the third time. Speaking of the boxing match, it's going to be taking place right behind us. I think Pacquiao's going to get it done in explosive fashion. He's going to want to one-up pretty boy Floyd Mayweather, who a lot of people think is ducking Manny Pacquiao. Is he ducking him? I don't know. I think he's sort of just waiting the scenario out, and I think that when Floyd Mayweather does, and I think he eventually will fight Manny Pacquiao, I think that Floyd Mayweather will retire after that fight, and I don't think he's ready to retire yet. All right, we'll get to the UFC in a moment's time. Let's talk about the college football board. Now, the BCS, things are starting to get interesting, aren't they? As LSU survives a trip to Tuscaloosa, as Alabama can't find a kick that can make a field goal. But, hey, it is what it is. LSU are laying like 41, 42 points this week. Meanwhile, we got Alabama laying like 17.5 points. Usually it's a classic case of a letdown. And in Alabama's case, I'm not so sure about that. I think Bama will want to get back on the winning track. And Mississippi State, truth be told, really haven't been that good this year. Huge disappointment in Starkville this year. As far as LSU is concerned, that's a lot of points. And LSU's taking on Western Kentucky. They'll be happy to get out of there with a 28-0 win, with a 35-3 win. So, you might want to take a look at the points. I'm going to be taking a look at the points a lot from here on out. As we see, we've arrived to the time of the year in which crazy things begin to happen. Let's talk some Pac-12 football. Now, we've got Stanford and we got the Oregon Ducks. If you're going to lose on the college football campaign, you better lose early. And this is exactly what the Ducks did. Ducks still haven't lost since they lost the opener to LSU, but they get points. We're taking on LSU. And you look at LSU right now at the top of the board. That's why Oregon are still lurking. Oregon could be doing more than lurking if they're able to knock off Andrew Luck and the Stanford Cardinal. Stanford are a covering machine. They've covered every football game that they played in this year, and depending on what your number was against the USC Trojans. But I believe that the Ducks have the speed, and I believe that the Ducks have the offense in a football game that will go over the number, that I believe will also come down to the final play of the game, and in a situation in which it's going to come down to the final play of the game. Give me the 3.5, 4 points that's available on the board. Let's keep it on the West Coast right now. This USC Trojan team's a good football team, and I've been very critical of Lane Kiffin in the past. But Lane Kiffin's done a real good job with this team, and he's starting to pay attention to what goes on the field a little bit more than he used to. He always just stared at his damn charts all the time, wasn't actually coaching. Matt Barkley's a great quarterback. I believe that Matt Barkley will be a very good National Football League quarterback. If you look at Barkley's numbers in comparison to Andrew Luck's, they're nearly identical. With all that being stated, the Washington Huskies have a pretty good quarterback in their own in Keith Price. Huskies are getting some points on their home field. I think they're going to find life a little bit easier against the USC Trojans. I also think the Trojans are going to start to run out of gas a little bit here. Give me the Washington Huskies plus the points. In the National Football League, I believe that the New York Jets are back on track right now. I'm not the biggest New York Jet fan, but they're a good football team. They struggled early. They're starting to run football right now. They're giving the ball to Sean Green, and that's why they're being effective. Take the game out of Mark Sanchez's hands. He's not going to be Joe Namath for you. You got a great defense, and that secondary is beginning to shut people down. It's a confident football team that is putting things together. I believe the New England Patriots are overrated. I like the New York Jets in this football game. Pittsburgh Steelers, Cincinnati Bengals. I was wrong. Just like that Social Distortion song. I was wrong. Yeah, I've been wrong more than once, but I was especially wrong coming to the Cincinnati Bengals. Man, I would have laid like $10,000 down that said the Bengals weren't going to win 6 football games this year in the entire season. Well, here they are, Mom. Who would have thunk it? With all that being stated, a lot of people think the Cincinnati Bengals are going to play this weekend. I don't think so. I think Pittsburgh gets back on the winning track after a disappointing loss against the Baltimore Ravens, who everyone's loving to win the AFC. Suddenly, we're not at that time of the year yet. Look at the Green Bay Packers. Last year at this time of the year, the Green Bay Packers weren't even going to be in the playoffs. and now they're unbeatable, and they might not lose a football game. You got to get streaky at the right time, not too early, like Houston's getting streaky right now. Buffalo Bills, they're a streaky football team. They're also an inconsistent football team. I think the Buffalo Bills trip to Dallas is a classic teaser situation. Give me the Buffalo Bills plus 12.5 over 41. I think we can cash that just like we're going to cash a Cain Velasquez win over Junior Dos Santos. This is going to be a great fight. UFC on Fox, and it allows you to watch the boxing match after the fact. And as I stated, I like the under in the boxing match. I think Pacquiao's going to get it done and get it done quickly. I like Cain Velasquez in this situation. Yeah, he hasn't fought in over a year's time, and he tore his shoulder apart, but he is just that damn good of an athlete. He's had a great camp, and Junior Dos Santos hasn't been tested by anyone in his career like Cain Velasquez. I also like Benson Henderson to get it done as well. You know what? We're enjoying ourselves in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we're heading to Southern California, but I can't wait to be back on my couch, man. I'm wearing out my Reeboks, walking the casino floors. I can't wait till I can just start clicking away. I'm Gabriel Morency for Sports Interaction. May the winners be yours.